Hello, one and all, and welcome to Factorio Season 1.5. The reason it's 1.5 and not 2 is because I only made 5 to 6 episodes of the last season before a lot of changes got implemented with the 13 change, so we'll be jumping back into Factorio today. Now, with the change, they changed trains around and some of the stuff we hadn't gotten to yet. But just in anticipation of those changes and everything, I wanted to just do a fresh start on the series. So we'll actually be starting a brand new game. I've already gone through about 20 different maps trying to find one that was decent, that I liked. Just for more of a tutorial aspect, we'll be playing with bigger resource fields for right now. That doesn't mean we're gonna branch out too much. We'll keep it kind of centralized at the beginning, but we will eventually, when we get into rails and everything, I'll be bypassing a lot of the resources around us and going further and further out, just so that y'all can get a feel for trains, how I run them, and everything like that. Trains aren't really my forte, but we'll get there eventually. So again, just starting the game. Not base settings. I have, as you can see, most of everything is turned up a little bit, and we can take a view of the map. Starting with a very large starting area, and that's just because I don't want aliens coming in right as we start. You'll notice I turned oil up because oil in late game is such a huge problem right now. And the new version that's going to come out soon, the 0.15 build, will actually be introducing where it'll be based on the starting yield. It won't actually degrade anymore, and there's a lot of science changes that I'm really excited about coming. Makes making science a lot easier in a step-by-step tier process, and kind of gets rid of that gap between green science and blue science at the current point. But as you can see, we have large fields of coal, stone. Got a little bit of copper, not much right around us, but as you can see over here, huge field of copper, and sorting out all these resources is going to be fun. So we'll get into actually sorting resources and stuff. But we got a pretty good start area, got a nice body of water right here, and that's probably where we're going to be building our first generator at when we get to it. Alright, so let's get started. So first thing I want to do is get iron processing. So first thing I need to do, gotta remember my controls. I am playing with a couple different mods. You'll notice the clock running up in the corner. I have a clock mod on. I also have a light that shines around me so that you guys can see while I'm recording, and that'll be important. Now, the first thing we want to do, build an iron axe. Always going to need it. Always. Again, getting back into introduction, there's 4 main crafting areas in the base mod game. You got your logistics, and this will be how you move stuff around, your electronics, your pathways and stuff. You got your production tab, which will be your tools, repair packs, your electricity generation, your actual mining. You got offshore pump to pull water, obviously, furnaces, labs, stuff like that. You actually have your science in the intermediate products tab, and this is going to be the list of products that you use to make absolutely everything in the game. Then you have your combat tab, which is like your guns, your ammo, grenades, radar, stuff like that. So now that we have a pickaxe, let's get mining. So a little trick I've learned is if you zoom all the way in, you can actually mine all the things in your inventory. I only needed 5 really to get this going, and we're just gonna rotate that on there. I also have the autofill mod, which throws half of that stack into the device. It just makes it easier, and as you can see, the little ring of light there. Just gonna get some trees. Actually gonna turn down my sound a little bit because it is a little bit too loud for the recording. Sorry about your ears at that first part. Just getting into mining real quick. Get us some trees. This way we can build electrical poles and pulling some wood. I will probably need to turn that autosave down, or it's going to be doing that every 2 minutes, which is kind of annoying. Control click, get our iron plates. We need stone for that, so let's head over to our stone. I'm going to get 15 while I'm sitting here. That way, don't have to worry about it for a little while, and I can build enough burner mining drills to actually get this process going pretty smoothly. Alright, you should be able to hear me a little bit better now, now that the background noise isn't gonna be coming in quite as much. My levels are being goofy with me, so give me 1 second. There we go. Now that that's turned down a lick. Okay, so we got that going. I'm gonna take some of our wood, build 2 chests, production tab, burner mining drill. We'll take that iron out of there, build another burner mining drill. Get this guy going. As that builds. This is going to be our energy setup for right now. Just need to put 1 fuel in, and then again, it's just that continuous cycle, round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. But as you can see, we now have fuel, and we're good to go. Just going to get a little bit more stone while we're waiting. Alright, that should be plenty to build what we need to build. Pick up our coal, drop that in. Not coal quite yet. Nope, there we go. Throw that in. Get our iron. Last part of our mining drill for right now. Put that there. Key. Rotate that way. I need to go get more fuel. That is what that is for, so we can just come in, pluck, and go. Alright, that'll get us stone so we can get more and more drills, and then our boilers, steam engines, obviously. Now, I started all that down there, but I think I'm actually going to end up moving it there since our iron, and we got that small deposit there, and that also gives me coal right there. I don't really want to block these resources off, though, so I'm probably... Yeah, I think we're going to end up putting the boiler system right there. And that'll be start for us. Here we go. Need our iron. So there we go with that. Get another burner mining drill. Looks like we need stone to make another one. So again, just pop up here, control click that, and good to go. I'm gonna add 2 more onto this system. Ooh, and now we can do this. Get a lot more coal. Drop that in there. Let's another furnace. Another burner mining drill. That'll be plenty for right now. Alright. We're chucking along. So again, just basic setup. I usually go to 6 of these at the start. You don't have to do that. I just find it's the more you have at the start, the easier it is to get into. I'm not going to be staying on the burners for long. I really want to get to electric power pretty fast, so we're not dealing with any of that. Let's switch our overlay on to let us see what's actually in these things. That'll be nice. Again, picking up coal. Let's see how we run that. Okay, let's throw that in there. Again, come around, throw that in there. Boom, boom, iron. Got 31. Okay, let's build our first steam engine. Get those boilers cranking out. Let's see, grab that stone. 2. Now, again, we're going to want 14 boilers to 10 steam engines. That's what I've kind of found is optimal. Now, I might be adding another offshore pump in there so that we don't have a power spiral, pretty much. But, yeah, so y'all saw what happened with the power spiral in the last semi-season, I guess, where we didn't set up our steam engines properly. They lost power, then we didn't have enough coal on the line, and then everything kind of just goes kabloom. So after that incident, I have decided to actually set it up completely properly this time, which will be nice. I'm not going to be setting it up with these burners this time. I'm actually going to be setting it up with the inserters. I'm going to put the first 3 on burners, though, just in case we run out of that power. And that's important. So the burners, once there's coal on the line, obviously the other ones will be slow, and then they'll pick up as more power gets produced, but at that point the burners will basically be compensating for those guys. So do that, just waiting a little bit for iron to smelt. I'm gonna grab some more coal, get that going. Got 9, 10, 12, 13. Got 13. Boom. Still waiting on stone. And brick. Go ahead and make those 2 while we're at. Oh, I forgot I need the offshore pump. So we're actually going to need to start mining copper. So gonna wait a little bit longer on that. Let's pick up some more of this. Those. Let's just go ahead. Okay, got that. We got the coal. We're ready to go. And I just noticed there's stuff all over this. I like how they've added like the little features of plants and stuff in the recent updates and everything since version 12. So there's that. They've also added achievements, if you've noticed. So there's like build diesel locomotive, some pretty basic ones, and some of the ones I quite haven't gotten to yet. So like this is insane. I don't even understand. And this achievement would be great, but probably never gonna do that. So I mean, I might do a challenge playthrough once or twice, but it's not really in my cards. Not necessarily good at those things. So okay, let's start getting this set up so I don't have to worry about it. Logistics. What are we at? Copper. I need a lot of copper for this, evidently. Boom. Okay, that should be enough copper. Let's get this built first, and then we can build those. Boom. We are in business, my friends. Done with that. Tack on some steam engines. And we will need to pipe it like that. First thing we want to start mining. Where am I going to pull coal from? Now I could pull it from here, but this is a lot closer, so I'm going to end up pulling it down from there. So do that. And these in range here. And we're going to need more copper, obviously. So just making my rounds, and I need to put more fuel on that guy over there. So just grabbing our coal. Drop that in there. We really need stuff, but like you can see, I upped the oil spawn, so we won't have to worry about going way out to get a lot of oil that we need. Put some more of these guys. Those. Just kind of wandering around right now while I'm waiting on everything to finish smelting up, and this gets progressively faster as we go. Just kind of walking around, holding control, crafting as I go. Alright, inserters being made. Again, we're going to come in on the side, so power in a second. I'm actually gonna end up doing 5 of these on the front end. Okay, so we're doing it on the front end. That way we don't have to wait for the entire belt to back up. If it runs out of coal, these first 5 will always be firing usually. Grabbing that there. Oh, those actually replace now. That's interesting. Okay, looks like I made one too many, but that does not matter. So pull this way, and we're gonna need more iron. Just going at it. I don't know why I ran that so far back though, so I'm gonna end up curving this game. Going straight up into there. Now we are gonna need power up there for our mining trucks, so let's power it up. Again, you can hold down and just drag it. I'm gonna put it up a little bit more. So we're gonna need iron and copper for this. I already got the copper, but I'm just gonna make another run back down there because I want to build a lot of these so we can get moving. Get our coal, again, get our stone. Let's get moving on that. I forgot to grab iron. Oh, I did grab the iron. Why is that going so slow? Yeah, so we're gonna. Once we get power going, this will obviously speed up, but actually gonna want to do this. So that green little marker there shows where it's gonna mine, so you want to put that on the outside there. Now that will need power, but since I have coal, watch this magic happen, boys and girls. Here we go. Now, since it has coal on it, as you can see by where I put the burner inserters, these are obviously out of power and that needs fuel, so this will come down. Burner inserter grabs one for itself to keep it going, and then power. And mining drill is going. And we're all set on coal. I am going to need to increase that though. It's obviously, it's going to fill up all of these to max capacity of what it actually needs. So once it does that, we won't have to worry about that. The belt will back up depending on how much power we're using, but usually with how I increase my setups very rapidly, we're going to need a lot more power, so that's going to be in the cards to build pretty fast here. Get those 2 mining drills built. We're going to want to, so my plans for this setup were actually, I'm going to do a little bit differently from what I've done previously. I'm going to do vertical setups on the iron smelting and the copper smelting. That way we can maximize our workflow. I'm actually going to put 2 inputs for 2 different like copper fields or rail lines when they actually come through. That way I can maximize early on. If you already know kind of what you're doing, it helps out a lot because you're maximizing your efficiency, not having to deal with inefficiencies in the line and everything. Okay, get that built. So we're gonna go over here. Need 2 more of these guys. Boom. Just drag. Let's see, over here. Boom. And boom. Alright, and our coal is set up now. You'll notice I put it on both sides of the belt there, with one side building up a little more heavily. I'll come back and put a 4th miner later, but we don't necessarily need that right now. I'm going to be upgrading our power obviously as I need it. I'm going to pay a lot closer attention to it this time. So getting back into it. Alright. So we got our power set up, just making another run around grabbing everything. Coal. Grab our iron. And there's that. And In the next episode, we will be setting up our first basic production. So you'll notice they've changed the research tree a little bit. This is actually going to go through a lot more changes in the upcoming update. Due to they wanted to change science around. Again, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, you research alien technology to get these things, and they're so easy to make, you don't even, like, the fourth level of science is BS. But we'll be getting into that. We'll need to research automation, logistics, optics, so we can get some light so y'all can actually see things, gun turrets, maybe get some defenses set up. Definitely steel processing to come from our iron. Need some military tech to protect ourselves with machine guns, shotguns, all that. Maybe some basic armor. I usually skip over this armor and go straight to this guy right here because it's a lot better. There's no point in even doing that, and then the third step of armor is so far away it doesn't even make sense. In this season, I will probably be going primarily with solar power and accumulators, just because I want to get into construction robots a little more this season, and we'll be getting into that. But that's all for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of season 1.5. I know it's a bit repetitive from the last ones, but again, we're starting a new season over. Gonna get built up. As you see, we've got our power set up, we got basic mining set up right now, and in the next episode we'll be setting up our production facilities and getting a bit more optimized with automation. So hope you've all enjoyed the episode. Hope you have a great day. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video. Keep the channel going. Really like to get up to 100 subscribers, hopefully before the end of the year, so betting on it. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy.